Hello, my dear. Thank you so much for purchasing a 5-question tarot card reading. So your name and info will be confidential. I will only go over the questions and the topics you have sent me. So thank you. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for your patience as I have been very busy with requests. So we're going to start off with clearing out the energy first and doing a quick little prayer, and then I will start shuffling. So we ask the universe now to reveal to this client in time what she needs to know in this present moment. We ask that the information that comes through, may it come through God's higher purpose, God's higher intention. Anything of negative vibration or negative energy is not welcomed in this reading, as asked to receive information from God's higher purpose and God's higher intention. Thank you. We call upon the angels now to come through to protect this space, to protect this energy, to protect this reading, and to bring proper healing and guidance to this client. Thank you. Amen. I'm open now. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to start shuffling here. I think I'm going to do a pyramid spread with you because you just have topics. You don't really have questions. So that will make it easier for me to read over the spread for you. Your one question is if I wouldn't get the same gift as my loved one of becoming... Okay, so I'm going to just do a pyramid spread, and that will pretty much, I could go over everything I feel with you. I have your picture here. Alright, so I'm going to do a pyramid spread. Alright, so it seems like we do have a lot of energy going on. So for me, it can mean that there's just a lot of things going on in your life right now. Maybe a lot of things that are making you feel either just pulled in and pulled out, like kind of, you know, you're not really sure of everything, and things are just seeming very maybe unclear at times, but I just see this back and forth thing going on with you and the energy itself. So meaning like one moment you feel good, but one moment you don't feel good. So there's this definite overwhelming cloudy feeling that I'm picking up that can affect your intuition and affect what you're truly trying to bring forth in your path. So or what to know as, like, you know, intuition. It's hard to pay attention to intuition when the energy's like that. There's a back and forth going on here energetically that I pick up. So to answer that question that I read about you asking if I wouldn't get the same gift as my loved ones, becoming a medium. So there's this feeling that I do feel that you possibly have the gift of a medium, but I don't feel like it's as strong as the other past loved one that you were mentioning of. I feel like you have the abilities, but it's very much blocked. And it's blocked due to either maybe in the past or when you were younger being afraid of it, or maybe just your belief system or the belief system itself, what you were trained to know or understand, or it could be something you were traumatized by or traumatized from, or just a fear. Maybe never really using it because you never really understood it, but there is this energy that you do have it. It's not as strong as the other past loved one you're talking about, but it is there. It's just very, very much blocked. And to begin that process of trying to open it up, I would say, is to pray a lot and to meditate a lot. Those two things allows you to be open more, to connect more to spirit, to connect more to whatever higher forces that works with you around, and to also just, to connect to something spiritually, because I feel like spiritually it's hard for you to connect due to the fact that you're very, very earthly bound. You're very much very connected with this earth, so it's like you have a lot of things going on in your day-to-day reality that makes it really hard for you to connect spiritually. So that is what I'm feeling for that first question. I feel like you would just have it blocked, but I feel like you can. You just have to pray, meditate, find ways to be able to open up spiritually. You need to find that. It's called no judgment. Like, don't judge yourself when you're praying or meditating. Don't think you have to think a certain thing. It's like just let whatever come to you comes to you. I don't feel like it's as strong as that past loved one, but I do feel like it's there, and developing it and honing in on it is what is necessary, what is needed so it to be awakened again, because I feel like you kind of blocked it over the years. So I would say prayer and meditation, okay, and spending alone time with yourself and sitting with God, sitting with nature, sitting with Mama Earth, and trying to connect to that higher power that is around you. Your second, okay, so you have career, kids, health, and love. All right. So career-wise, as I'm tuning in here and I'm looking at your cards, I do feel like career-wise, there's going to be upcoming shifts, upcoming changes and transitions with your career. I would say within the next 6, 7, maybe 8 months, within a year and a half or so, a little bit more. But I am feeling there's going to be some shifts and changes. So what I mean by shifts and changes, I would say probably maybe getting better pay, maybe moving up a department, maybe relocating from one department to another one, or maybe, trying a different position but working with the same company. There's just something where there's going to be a shift or a transition with your career and with your job, or maybe waiting on a certain outcome for a certain higher position or promotion. Okay, but there is a definite transition happening with your career, or shift or change within, I would say, 6 to 8 months, I would say. Okay, I am seeing that. Okay, I feel like you're a very driven woman. I feel like you're a very strong woman. That's why I pick up that energy that's back and forth. It's all over the place. This energy I'm picking up is there's energy that's just all over the place. I feel like you could be everywhere, all over the place, trying to make things happen, trying to complete things, trying to finish things. You're just trying to be superwoman, 24/7. But it could be very, very exhausting, my love. So there's this energy where, you know, if you enjoy it, okay, but take it easy, slow it down, go at a slower pace, go at a more steady, smoother pace, so you don't burn yourself out, okay? But I do feel like you're a very driven woman, you're a very smart woman, you're very independent, you're very intelligent, and I also see you being very successful in your future. I feel that very strongly. I feel like you're very smart. I pick up business stuff with you, like a businesswoman or just business savvy if you would ever get into business. But I am picking that up strongly with you. Okay, that you have those traits that if you would get into it, you'd be very, very good at it. Okay, kids wise, that I can't really tell. I don't know, obviously. I don't know if you have kids or not, but I do feel like there's this energy or want to have kids. again, I don't know if you have kids or not. That I can't tune into. I'm only tuning into what the cards are telling me on that perspective. But the cards are mostly talking to me about career, talking to me about what you're feeling emotionally right now in the present moment. So in regards to kids, I can't really tune into that. Um, I don't see anything being told to me or spoken about children right now. If you're asking about your kids right now, if they are, if you do have kids, if you're asking if they're going to be okay, um, then that's a different question. But if you're asking if you're going to have children, to answer that question, I don't really see that right now. I don't see that happening anytime soon. I feel like there's a lot of things that have to be prepared or organized before all that can occur. I also feel like there's just things that are going to be happening before, so there's things that are going to be taking place before that happens, for good reasons. Okay, I don't know exactly what that is, but I am feeling, I just don't see that happening right now. Okay, but if you do have kids, and you're asking how they're doing, obviously I feel like, they're okay, they're going to be okay. But I don't know. I don't really sense that right now. I don't sense anything about children, so I can't give you a 100% accurate answer to that. But I am just feeling your cards. I just want to talk about how you feel right now and about your career and about what you should do and how to handle and cope with these emotions. Okay, so we're gonna go on to health here. Health-wise, I feel like you are okay. The only thing is I just feel like, again, you have to work on not trying to do so many things, not trying to be superwoman 24/7, because you will burn yourself out. I get this mentally. I feel like I don't want you to be mentally drained. I don't want you to overdrive, mentally overdrive your brain, because it gets exhausting. And there's another thing I'm picking up as well is, sometimes you can't always trust everyone. You can't put all your all your investment or energy onto somebody if they you can't, if you don't get good vibes from them, because I do feel like you have a very kind nature to you where you'll trust people sometimes very easily, or you'll give them, that trustworthy gesture, and sometimes maybe they don't follow through. So there's that energy where you just have to be careful with those things. But health wise, for me, it's just I see your health being fine. It's just a mental draining thing, and that could cause a lot of stress, and that can affect things, in your body. I do feel like you have to, I'm picking up issues in the lower regimen of your body, so probably by the uterus or the ovaries or that area or the bladder. So it's nothing really bad. I just feel like you have to drink more water. You have to drink more, maybe some cranberry juice. I'm just feeling some complications down there, in that ovaries and that regimen down there where the bladder is too. Drink a lot of water. Try to always try to do cleansings, with a lot of water. You can even put fruits in waters, like detox with waters. It helps just flush out things correctly, because I feel like that could affect you. But otherwise, health-wise, I feel like you're fine. You just have to work on the stress and work on not mentally or overdriving yourself. Your next question is about love. Okay, so I'm going to actually shuffle the cards for that one to see what new energy comes out of that. Sorry, hon. My baby woke up, so I had to just tend to her. Okay, so we were on your last topic, which is love. So I wanted to say though, because I went to tend to my baby, and I get like flashes of like visions or actual images of things sometimes when I'm in that like sleepy, hazy kind of feeling. So again, I don't know if it's with you or it could be with something else that I'm just picking up, but I usually see faces of spirits or people that, I don't even know. So I'm just going to throw it out there. If not, it's okay. It could be something else that I'm connecting with, but I was picking up on a male, like father, grandfather figure in spirit, and it's all I know is that he didn't have hair, so he was like kind of bald, and that's how he came through to me. A white man, and kind of had no hair, and he was bald, and this was like I would say a fatherly grandfather male figure. So please be open with this. I'm not sure if this belongs to you or you could connect with that. That's just something I was seeing. So anyways, now we could go to your love topic. So there's this definite energy where temperance comes in, which focuses on that all in good time, like what you're wanting with love and what you're wanting to attract with love is all going to happen with time. It's all going to happen at the right time. So it can also represent if you're with somebody now that, it's happening all in good time. It's happening with time, precious time and patience. Okay. This represents here that there's a possible move. So please be open to that. That can mean, moving away, moving to a different house, trying to move, finding a better place, finding a bigger place, finding or moving in together. There's this energy of just a move that's going to come up in your near future. So this is future prospects. So this focuses on transformation. I do feel like you've gone through loss with, obviously love and relationships. So there's this energy where, you've gone through that sadness. You've gone through that, the sadness of losing someone, like not, being alone and being sad and things like that. So you've gone through that process. But one thing I'm going to say, which is really exciting, is that if you're with somebody now, there's this energy where there's a huge connection. For me, I would say that you guys have had a lot of past lives together. The Wheel of Fortune means that with this topic of love, you're going to meet somebody that you're destined to meet. This means destiny. This means focusing on like actual soulmates at hand. Okay. A lot of people don't really meet soulmates. A lot of people don't meet that person they're going to be with. This focuses on like that person you're going to end up living and spending the rest of your life with is actually somebody that's destined to meet you. Like it's going to be through fate and destiny. So that's what the Wheel of Fortune represents. Like a lot of what's happening right now in your life is due to a lot of fate and destiny ridden things that were already destined and that were going to and supposed to be happening. So this person that you're going to meet or this person that you're with is somebody that was, it was destiny. You both were supposed to meet or you're supposed to meet this person. Okay. But there is something about like waiting, having patience with whatever's going on right now in your love life or with your relationship or in general. There's this energy of just having patience and, taking it slow or just going with the flow of things and enjoying the moment. But I just do see sadness. I do see that you've gone through some form of, unfulfillment and sadness of being alone and loss of just things that you thought were going to work out ended up not working out the way you thought it would. But I do see you meeting somebody. If not, if you're with them now, it makes sense. Somebody that, you're destined to meet. It's kind of like it's going to be a fate thing. It's like you guys are going to be crossing each other's path for a reason at the right time. Just something with patience and just, taking it day by day with the situation or with your love life, like having patience. Okay. I do see as well the owl came through, which is the Daughter of Swords. So this represents as well, like, observing. Maybe you're still getting to know this person, or maybe, you know, you're still looking for someone, but there is definitely that observation kind of feel to this. But there's this kind of nice energy that, like, with hard work and with, like, having that patience and, like, building, there's a lot of potential in this relationship that's going to be coming up, or the relationship you're in now. Okay, so that's something that the cards are definitely focusing on, which I love this card of the Wheel of Fortune. That's my favorite card. So we're going to pull out a couple cards now, hun, to see what Spirit has to say. Any last messages from Spirit, like any guidance or messages? Again, there's that like chaotic energy that I was talking about where it's like back and forth, or that energy where you can easily get burnt out. So your last message for that is kind of like, you know, continue to find ways to be able to ground yourself. I don't know if you've ever heard of the term grounding, but grounding is like trying to bring back that connection from earth, but also to the heavens, but staying grounded and not losing your balance. And there's this feeling of just losing your balance. There's also this feeling of you know, moving on from something, letting go of something, transitioning from something, and maybe that's what's causing the anxiety and that back and forth feeling. But there's this definite feeling where it's like, you know, you have it under control. It's just you've been losing your balance a little bit lately, and you need to find ways to gain that grounding again, so you stay firm and steady. But other than that, it looks like you have it under control, and it looks like you know what you're doing. That's kind of what the cards are saying, and they're also saying, you know, there's this feeling of sometimes how do I say it? You have to soften up a little bit more. Sometimes you can't be too hard on yourself, or hard on people, or hard on any situation, or take things too intensely. Try to soften up sometimes, and that will allow you to not be so burnt out or get overwhelmed or get mentally drained so easily. Okay, hon? So that is what I'm picking up. I very much hope you enjoyed this mini reading, as it was a pleasure. And I want to thank you so much for reaching out to me. And please let me know about that male spirit that I said that I mentioned. Again, if it doesn't make sense, this could be for somebody else, but please be open to everyone living and deceased. I do give spirit communication readings, which are really good. They're over the phone. It's very intimate, one-on-one. So if you're interested in a spirit communication reading to get messages from your loved ones, please let me know. It's 1 hour over the phone or via messenger, and it's $75. So I'm always here for you, hon, and thank you so much for reaching out. It was a pleasure. Many blessings. Bye now.